This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen, always sponsored by Detailz Car Audio and Auto Detailing right on 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. That's right on Route 138 in Canton, man. Run up in there for all your detailing needs, interior, exterior, clay waxes, car audio. Run up in there for everything else, man. Remote starters, go up in there, holler at my old man. You'll see him in there. He ain't too friendly, but if you let him know that Charlie sent you, he'll take care of you, keeping you looking clean, fresh, laced, and all of the above on the road, man. It's my first episode with Miss Bellez, Big Bellez from the block of 2021. What's good, baby? How you doing?
I'm great.
I'm glad. What's new? What's new in your life? Yeah, you be making me feel like nothing ever happens with your life. Like nothing's new ever. Like, what do you do?
I mean, I'm boring.
Apparently, nigga, shit.
Nothing ever happens, you know?
Yeah.
I live under the same rock Patrick do on SpongeBob. So
Yeah, man. I mean, it's cold down there. It's cold down there, man.
Nothing going on.
How you staying warm, man? How was Christmas?
Christmas was good, but
Yeah.
I actually don't really celebrate Christmas.
A religion thing? Yeah? Nah, like that ass. Like it's a religion thing.
Yeah, like I've never had a Christmas tree. My mother never. Yeah, we never did that.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was exposed to it because my other family members did it, and we would gather at one family member's house each year,
Right.
and they'd do it. But my mother never decorated, never I never believed in Santa. I was that kid that was at
Well,
school.
fuck Santa. Look, my mom lied. She lied to me. You know what I mean? I thought I really felt betrayed when I found out that Santa was not real.
Did you have a chimney?
We didn't have a chimney. We was in the hood.
So-
We was on High Walter Street in Mattapan when I figured it out. Right? We lived on the first floor of a triple decker. You know what I'm saying? And my sister woke me up and she was like, "Yeah, look at mom. She's putting this shit under the tree." And I was like, "This."
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? I was tight, yo. Like, you know what I mean? I was sick. I went to school and I ruined it for everybody. You know what I mean? Like your mom was lying, your dad was lying. They all implicated. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's that story. But what's that like? I mean, you never felt jealous about that shit growing up?
I don't remember feeling jealous.
No?
I don't. Nah, not at all. And I mean, I didn't desire to have a fat white man coming into my home in the middle of the night anyway. So
You was in the hood too. He
he would have never made it in.
He would have got shot. It would have been bad for
He
him.
would have never made it in. No.
Yeah.
But even Halloween, none of that. My mom was
Halloween.
super Christian and
No Halloween.
pagan
Not
holidays.
that devil's
Hell
shit
no.
in
You
my
go-
house. I grew up in a very religious family as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to hear that shit. But the difference is that it was my dad's side of the family who was very religious, and my mom was just with the shits.
Yeah.
My mom didn't really celebrate it, but she
Right.
didn't give a fuck that we was into it, right?
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, well, you want to talk to the people about your your disappearance on the 2020 recap? You know what I'm saying?
Disappearance.
Yeah, because you was there from the
Oh my
first
gosh. I was there
3/4 of the show.
Okay, 3/4 is good.
And then what happened to the last quarter? What happened?
What happens behind the scenes stays behind the scenes, okay? Mind your business.
Tiny got fucked up. Tiny was lit. It was bad.
The
It was bad.
betrayal.
She was throwing up all over the place. It was bad. She was like, I'm fucking with y'all. It wasn't that bad.
I was going to say, because now everybody going to think, oh, she's the sloppy drunk.
I mean,
it's
she's
always the 5'2" one.
She's
It's always
120
them.
pounds soaking wet. So, you know what I mean?
Not at all. I
Yeah, shut
am
up,
the
Kat.
classiest.
Let me lie. But anyway, 2021, we on the 7th day of 2021. Things is already getting crazy. And it's funny, man, the artist that we got up here today, she mentioned in her latest project to kind of throw the whole year away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're 7 days in and it's not much better. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know how to act.
Yeah, not but talking about the artist that we got up here, this is a big staple in the town. I've been hearing her name I want to say since I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like in high school, like not like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a minute. It's been 10 plus years since I've been hearing her name. She's been doing her thing. And, she has an amazing voice. I want to say she's a pioneer for, like a hook master. You know what I mean? When you think about people on records that hip hop, R&B, kind of splice the two together. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she's from the neighborhood that, I lived in for a very long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not from where I'm from, but, I lived there for a little while and shit like that. She comes from a very musical family, super talented, an educator, a motherfucking activist, a motherfucking gangster.
And a lyricist, too.
And a lyricist, songwriter, extraordinaire.
All of that.
Everybody, give your undivided attention to Miss Lisa Bello. What's good, baby? What's going on?
I get cheers too. This is dope.
All of that.
Thank you for having me. That was like the illest intro. I hope that was recorded so I can put that shit on my next album.
Nah, it's popping.
It's just, we'll copyright that. That was beautiful. Thank you. I think you hit every facet except for I can cook really well.
Yeah? But you ain't never cooked for us, so you know what I mean? We're gonna get it done now. You know what I mean? Casa de Bello. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Lasagna all day.
Super Italian.
Wait, can you make cannolis?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm
from scratch.
Look,
I love to eat.
I'm assuming you can make everything that I see in the mobster movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm like Sonny in Goodfellas. Like I can do. Yeah.
Wow.
Got you.
You ever shot somebody in while you was in the backseat of a car and say,
wait a minute,
don't forget the cannolis?
Not in the backseat of a car.
Oh, you okay?
But my PR person just told me I got to dead that conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But what's up, Lisa? How you feeling?
I feel good, Aside from working with one leg these days, I feel really good.
You see, nobody can see that, so you just ratted yourself out.
I totally outed myself. I just want them to know that I can still fight even though I'm down one leg.
Okay.
Like that has to be made clear.
Okay.
To everybody involved listening.
Okay, fair enough. And is this something you were talking about on social media, like with your crippledness? I
mean, last night I posted a video of me riding in one of those like old lady carts. Shout out to the old ladies in the store, and I was singing like they see me rolling. So people have an idea.
What was the horsepower on that?
I have no idea. Yeah. I had to plug it into the wall for 20 minutes when I first got there. So I think the horsepower was 0.
Did you get any miles per hour or something? Like you figure out how fast you was going on that?
It was like 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, while we're on, did you wear your seatbelt?
I didn't have a seatbelt on, but I do want to tell you that I got hollered at twice.
Wow.
On the joint.
Listen.
Get out of here.
They just wanted my parking, and that's real. I never get hollered at the store. I think people think I'm like scary looking, but me like sitting down and not being able to touch the top shelf was like quality grown men shit where they like wanted to ask me if I needed help.
Wow.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's excellent. I'm happy for you. You know what I mean? That's like life changing.
Highlight of my life.
Yeah. So ladies, if you want men to treat you better, break bones. Get a cast.
Break bones, break
motorized
rules.
cart.
Motorized cart, all of the above.
And break records.
All day.
There it is.
So, Lisa, tell the people, like, for the people who don't know who you are, Lisa Bello, I mean, it's kind of, if you're from Boston and you've been paying attention to the music out here, the scene, it's kind of hard to not know who you are. But for the people who don't know who you are, like, give people, like, just a quick synopsis, quick story on who Lisa Bello is.
Okay, so I'm Boston born for real. And that's no disrespect to people who aren't, but people constantly say, born in Boston, and they're from Somerville, and that's fine. I like Somerville. But yes, I'm Boston, born and raised. Grew up in Jamaica Plain, and then received. And then Hyde Park, went to Latin Academy. I've been in the city, and then I taught at public schools. But I was having a tough time living the double life of being an artist and being a school teacher. I miss teaching like more than you'll ever know. I still talk to all my kids, but I was starting to make enough money in the game, and I moved to New York, left our beautiful city until the pandemic. And my money, most of my money, like when people always talk about, oh, you're making the money off the album. You're not making the money off the album. It's made from songwriting for other people, ghostwriting and writing for credit. But that's where my career is now. Jingles, voiceovers, songwriting credit for artists like all over the world.
Wow,
yeah.
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, it's dope.
So what was the biggest challenge for you, like to leave the actual workforce and then just do music the full time?
The biggest challenge for me was, one, I was a single mother. I still am a single mother.
Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And I think it was betting on myself, because I should have, technically, I think I should have done this when I was like 20 years old, like moved out of Boston just for a little bit.
Right.
So I think the biggest challenge was like not psyching myself out. I didn't really, it was like exciting to go into my job, and I didn't necessarily say, fuck you, I'm out. But just to be
It
like,
felt like that.
it felt like that.
Yeah.
And the principal actually like cried with me. It was actually a dope moment. But in my mind, I was like, I think you guys thought this was a hobby, when teaching is actually a hobby, and it's something that I'm good at.
Wow.
But I'm better at being a vessel to the people through my pen and through my voice. So I think the biggest challenge was, making sure I bet on myself. And then I moved to New York with my son, with hoping that I would have more writing opportunities there, but not necessarily having them. So that was like a jumping off a bridge real quick with no parachute. But we did it. We're good.
That's good shit. That's good shit. I'm happy to hear that it's panning out.
Thank you.
So Tiny, I know you had a lot of. Tiny was really excited about this. Right?
I really was.
Because Tiny's a vocalist as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? A
know.
lot of people like, she don't like when I do this. You
Is
know
he
what I mean?
playing you?
Because she never, not for real. She could blow.
Okay.
And she never really pursued like a music career, but she loves R&B more than anything. And you know, we big rap over here. You know what I'm saying? Like we big
I was
rap,
happy to have her on it too.
you
I was
know?
like, shit.
So she, you know, she knew that you was coming up here, so she took, you know, she was like, nah, I'm gonna take the reins on this one. So you know what I mean? Tiny Bells, you know, it's your world.
I get so excited when I hear singer, R&B. So, and I was just like, yep, I'm ready for this. I'm not missing this one. I don't normally miss any, but I wasn't missing this one. So I did have a lot of questions.
Oh, I'm hyped.
But since we were already on the subject of you teaching, when did you actually decide to leave that career as an educator? I don't even want to say as an educator, because I don't think you ever stopped being an educator.
Amen.
Oh, bars. Bars.
When did you decide to leave teaching? Like,
I decided in April of 2017, and my last day was in June. So I decided 2 months before I left. I had the thought in my head for like 6 months, and I even discussed it. I was an 8th grade teacher, so I knew those kids would graduate, but I had them since 6th grade.
Man, fuck them kids.
you know what, sir?
I'm not gonna even say what your hat says, but you know, we know. But some of them, fuck some of them kids, but not my babies. Listen, but they encouraged me. Like, I think that was the year. I forget. I had some dope opportunity that year. I think it was like Summer Jam. I was up against Millie's. Was that the year that Millie's performed Summer Jam?
Wow.
And we were like voting for each other. It was so ill. Let me tell you, it was either that year or the year before. I had a car accident, and Millie's called me when I'm in the hospital. He's like, yo, because he won over me. He's like, I want you to come up and sing the hook on our song of Summer Jam. And I'm like,
oh, that's fine.
yeah, so I'm in the hospital. But that would have been the illest thing. But I had to say a story, because shout out to Millie's. I've been singing hits for him forever.
Word.
And obviously
Word.
he's dope. But yeah, my decision was very short. It was like, it was rash. And I honestly wanted to take sick time, because I was like embarrassed. Because I had to let them know, and then just be at the school like, hey. I'm not going to be here next year.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck
I'm
everybody.
out.
I'm out. So yeah.
Oh man. Well, how did the students take it though? Because I know you seem like you was one of those teachers who is a favorite. And it's like,
everybody
why out
love
of
you.
everybody you gotta leave?
The tatted up teacher.
Why?
What's that like? No. Let's
No,
be
that's-
real. Because you was teaching the 8th grade.
I was teaching 8th grade.
I was the illest pervert in the 8th grade. You
You're
didn't
all
have
the
these
illest
14-year-olds
perverts.
like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, Miss Bello was good. Like, you know what I mean? You heard?
So I started at 21 substituting.
It was
That
free
was-
game. You not even that much old. You only 7 years older than these little niggas. Yo,
Excuse me, 7. We talking about middle school special
Yeah.
education. Some of them were
special
16.
education. Oh.
And some of them were special education just because they were black and brown babies, and that's what the system does. So they were not actually special education.
Oh,
so
they was
were
just
some
gangbangers.
scheming.
Yeah.
I had a child slip
Look.
me his number on the second day, and he
Yeah.
was like, yo, holla at your boy, Miss
You
Bello. And
heard?
I was like, what am I doing?
I'm out here getting it. That's what it is,
I'm
Miss
literally
Bello.
trying to get a job. And Tracy Coleman, shout out to wherever you are in the streets, wherever you are. I'll never forget that moment. And I made sure to not wear Jordans again after that day.
God.
But as a tattoo teacher, I was not taken serious. I was the children's favorite 100%. And I
course.
was very good at my job.
Of course.
But administration always found a reason Always found a reason to be mad at me. And I'm going to tell you this. The only time I really messed up big time was I took a sick day and I tried out for the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, my God.
And I made it to the news, and underneath my name it said Lisa Bello, Boston Public School educator, and then it said Pussycat Doll audition. The principal called me and having no idea. She was an OG. She called me in the next day, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't mind that you have this little side hobby, but whoever these pussy people are, that you're...
Pussy people. Not the pussy people.
Like, that was a day where I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go just pursue. And it wasn't out there for me, so I had to go back and be like, hey, you think I can still have the job? And then I stayed there. I mean, it was fine. But, yeah, they really, up until I left, I didn't know how appreciated I was because I think they just stayed hard on me.
Right.
They did. I looked crazy to them.
Yeah. And you said, how long did you do that teaching?
13 and a half years.
13 and a half years. And that must have been a dope journey, so moving away from that. But my fault. I'm sorry.
No.
No, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Go ahead. No. No, Bellez, it's you. It's Bellez, it's you.
Bellez and Bello. We got our own
partnership.
Bellez and Bello. Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Bellez and Bello. Look at that. There you go. There you go.
Tiny.
We got to snap for that
There you
one,
go. There you go.
But, wow. Check you out.
She said that. It wasn't me.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
She's
sorry
the artist.
that I gave you that credit,
She's the
baby.
artist.
I
She's the
thought you-
artist. It
I
ain't
thought
me.
you-
I ain't
Yeah.
shit. I'm just the
He's
vessel.
repeating
I
with a good
expected too much
attitude.
That's
from
it.
you.
I just sound good. So when
That's
I
what
say
it
something, it
is.
sounds original.
Wow.
But that's it. You know what
So
I
it's
mean?
'cause
I love how you love yourself. you know?
I fucking love
I
myself.
appreciate
Nobody
that
loves
shit.
me the way I love
Clearly,
me. You know what
you
I'm saying?
love yourself.
You
No,
should
that's
find
important.
somebody who loves you the way that I love me. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Okay.
You heard?
Period.
Putting it out there in the world. I got some space.
Where at? Just you do an acronym because
It's not. There's no space. Right on my palm of my hand.
well, on the subject of tattoos, you know, you have several of them. What do some of them mean to you? Do all of them have like sentimental meaning?
She
or?
posted something about
Yeah.
this on the other day.
What
on
about my
Instagram.
tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
That
I
was
get
funny.
I get wild DMs.
Yeah.
Not only do I get dick pics, but I get questions
Oh,
about my
wow.
tattoos that are like, listen, let me put this out there. You guys can roll your eyes. I'm putting a book out next year. It's called Rolodicks, ROLODICKS, like a Rolodex, but it's just a picture of all the dick pics that I've been sent from men that are in relationships, including some famous ones. And I will not put their face, but it's called Rolodicks. Okay? Urban Outfitters is already in, you know, that's the place for it. And I'm just telling you that. So,
Wow.
Rolodicks. You got nothing to say about that? Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
wow. In
That's
in order to have,
it's very interesting.
do y'all know what a Rolodex is?
Bells to you.
Do y'all know what there has to be a substantial amount of content.
A lot of dicks. To make that, yeah.
She out here spreading the dicks.
In
Spread is crazy. She's just spreading the dick.
Bam, 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 bam.
Simultaneously.
It's
Oh,
gonna sell.
shit.
Yo,
It's gonna
it's
sell.
gonna
You know
sell.
why? Because not only is there going to be a wide variety,
Yes, for sure.
okay,
You see any dicks you
for
like
your,
though?
for your viewing
I
pleasure.
don't like pictures of dicks.
What? That's a thing with
But
women.
mad men are going to buy it because they're going to wonder if I put it in
Yeah,
there.
you know why? And
NBA.
you know who else gonna buy
Wow, that's a funny
Yep.
angle.
it?
That's
No,
a great
it is.
angle.
They're gonna be, it's mine. It's mine.
What-
It's mine.
I'm
Yo,
changing
Lisa,
my numbers.
you
It's going to be NBA dudes. Let
Hey, yo,
me tell you.
hey, yo, Lisa, what-
Lisa's been around.
What page am I
You know,
on, Lisa?
Listen. The thing is, too.
Not me.
No,
Whoa, that
not
sounded
you. Nah,
crazy.
that was
Not me.
you. Nah, it's not.
Not me. No, whoa.
I got
Not
no,
me.
no radio show.
No.
And listen, I will tell you this because anybody who's listening, like shitting themselves, they had to have been told to stop. If I told them stop and they sent it again, those are the only ones going in.
You wanted them
Okay.
out there.
I want to make, I said,
Yeah.
I gave you a chance.
All right, so you exposing motherfuckers.
Now it's
If
mine.
you sent
Nasty
multiple, it's because you
motherfucker.
wanted them.
Yes.
Right.
For real.
right,
Even
right,
after I
right.
said stop.
You talking about NBA players?
Talking about R&B singers.
Wow.
Celtics players too?
No.
Okay.
West Coast.
See, that's a
West
respectable
Coast.
team.
What's hey?
But I'm not. Listen, I'm not a snitch.
But damn, how do we get here? How do we get
let
here?
me tell you
Oh,
something.
no, it's tattoos. We're
Well,
talking
yeah,
about
I'm like,
tattoos,
wait,
I'll go back.
But and then she talked about she was coming out with the book, the Rolodex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my bad,
Rolodex.
Because
Yeah.
you said questions were on the internet, and I was just,
All right,
you know.
what I
But
mean? It's all right. It's
but
okay.
going to tattoos, yes, they all mean something. Some are like super meaningful, and some are just like a time and place. Like when I was in LA, I got an apple with my girl Jackie because we were both teachers. She's still a teacher. Shout out to Boston Public School teachers. But like my dad, I mean, I got a picture of my dad when he was in the Marines. My dad faked his age, so he's only 17 in this picture. He was supposed to be 18 to enlist, so this is kind of like a hype picture where he lied on his birth certificate. I don't know why people want to lie.
Your
to
dad's
go.
a fucking gangster anyway.
But he is. My
Yeah.
dad is. And my dad's so gangster, he said when he dies to put a big cancellation mark through this.
Wow. That's
Which is the
gangster
most.
as fuck.
Okay. He like talks about it all the time still. I'm like, all right, chill. You know, I've lost a lot of friends, so I've got memorial tattoos, my baby boys on my hand. I do still have space. I think people, I know they know my legs and everything.
Your
so I
arms
have
is
space.
exposed. Your neck.
Arms, neck, belly, legs.
You gonna get any face tats?
I mean, I have one on my cheek about
Okay.
here,
Okay,
and I
Right.
just gotta connect that. But no, other than that, we're gonna stay along the chin to make my mother not any more mad than she
Right,
is.
right,
She hates
right.
this about me. She hates
Right.
this for me. You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine. She's a mother.
Hates this
Yeah.
feeling.
Give me an impersonation of your mother, an impression
Mama,
of her reacting to you.
First of all, my mother's like, Lisa, why you got another tattoo? Don't tattoo your face, Lisa. But when we're in public, she defends me like a G. Like, people stare at me
You're
like
her
I'm a
little
zoo
girl.
attraction. She'll be like, you want a picture? You want to? And she like gets brawlic with them. But then we're home, she'll be like, can you not wear that shirt that shows you? You know, so like,
Yeah.
I respect that she respects
You're her baby
that
girl
Yeah.
I'm
forever.
her daughter
As
forever.
she should.
Yeah.
But
As
she
she
fucking
should.
hates this shit. My dad's tatted though, so it's like you married it, whatever.
Yeah. She's like, you like it.
Yeah, fuck
Stop
outta
fronting,
here.
ma.
To ride on
Stop.
this motorcycle.
Right. You was on the back.
You're attracted to it, so
Playing.
relax.
Ma's out here.
Double
Pump
standard.
faking.
Period.
Yeah, all the way. Fuck out. Shout out to Jerry. Okay.
Now, your father, are you like full Italian?
I'm not full Italian.
Okay.
Why was he
So-
looking?
He's looking, I mean, like
Like he's high? Because he was high in the picture.
Oh, wow.
He said he used to
Wow.
smuggle his weed inside his
Wow.
guitar, but
You know, there's some chinkiness in the eye area, but
That's actually like super racist. You said chinky? Wow.
oh, shoot.
Wow. I cannot
Listen,
believe
First of all, no.
my co-host is
I'm
saying
not-
words like
it is
chinky.
impossible for me to
I'm
be
fucking
racist.
with you. Look.
First
Look,
of all,
first off,
that's number one.
I should not speak about racial tension at all.
You
I stir the pot more than
Yeah,
a
with a big
fucking
spoon.
soup chef. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
so
I'm fucking with you. Continue. Bells to you.
Bellez Bello.
what did I ask you?
About my dad. You were
Yes,
asking
ancestry. What? So you're Italian and what else?
Italian and Irish, a little bit of French
Okay.
and German, but I feel like white is white.
Mhm.
But like my dad is
White is white. Facts.
my dad's Italian with some
Facts,
Sicilian
nigga.
roots, so like
Mm.
my dad's face resembles more of Sicilians, which we
Mhm.
know. And I'm not saying I'm black. If anybody tries to say it, I'm whiter than white. But a lot of Sicilians
Yeah.
have black roots, so a lot of my dad's features are similar to like black
Mhm.
Sicilians.
Black Saxons.
Yeah.
Black what?
Black Saxons.
What's black Saxons?
Like Anglo-Saxon,
The
but
way
y'all
you,
black,
do you
black
open your
Saxons.
mouth to say that?
Black Saxons.
Saxons.
You gotta say it
was
like that. Black Saxons. It sounds cultural, right? Black Saxons. It don't even make no fucking sense. Nobody's ever said
Black-
that. That's a CWTFB
Yeah, I was like,
exclusive
what?
right there.
It's original.
Black
Baby,
Saxons.
baby, baby.
Good grief. Oh Lord. Well, while we are talking about family, Charlie did mention that you come from a musical. Other family members. I know your brother, your father.
Brother, father. My sister can cook her ass off and she can sing. My sister can sing, but she sings like theater. Like if you heard our voices together
Yeah.
and you didn't hear me, you'd be like, oh, she can sing, but there's not like vibrato. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
not a lot of soul in her voice because she never really wanted to sing. So like she didn't do it. And my mother can't fucking sing to save her life.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well.
she like
So-
mouths shit. Like just
Who are your influences growing up musically?
my dad. I
Besides
got
your parents,
Stevie
your
Wonder
dad and
tattooed
your-
on me.
Right.
So
Oh,
Stevie
wow.
Wonder was like number one in my household. Him and
Okay.
James Brown, my dad played
Oh.
constantly. My dad was in like a 10, 12 piece horn band in like
Really?
the 70s and 80s.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And so that's what they played was funk.
Yeah.
So I grew up on funk. And then
Yeah.
I think as like the 90s went on, My dad listened to rap, but he was like Motown was like his shit, and
Of
Frank
course.
Sinatra.
That was his time.
That was his time. Yeah. He like could deal with Belle Biv DeVoe, but like didn't understand NWA, and like now he like misses NWA because he thinks that like Cardi B is trash. You know what I mean? So he's like, I miss those guys. They talked about relevant shit. Like,
right. It was reality rap.
Yes.
For them.
For them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, we was in Boston.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I mean, that Bloods and Crips shit is like, you know, I mean, whatever.
It's hard to connect to. Yeah, no, you're right.
You know, but so besides, you know, like those guys that your father put you on to, I mean, like for you, like who did you gravitate towards, like outside of, you know, family influence?
I mean, for me, and they weren't singers, but Salt and Pepper was like,
oh yeah,
I wanted their rasp. I mean, same with TLC, which was a little later, but like there was a lot of things I tried to emulate. Obviously, Monica came up, you know, as I was getting older, and Brandy and they've, I mean, I still sing in that era. Right. Like I definitely like modernize shit, but you learn a lot of things by mimicking, and that's how you practice. And and those are the people that I really listen to. I was very blessed by a dude named Marcus Siskin. He was like Jordan Knight's manager and all this stuff back in the day, but he got me on TLC's record post Lisa Left Eye Dying.
Oh,
but I was Chili's doubles.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if she had a bad day or whatever happened, but they had to get this album out. So they had me double Chili's notes in the song called Let's Just Do It. It's Missy Elliott and TLC. And so I got to like, even though I wasn't with them in the studio, like I can still hear that song and hear my voice. Do I get credit and paid from it?
Probably
no,
not,
I was a dumbass and took a check for like $2.
Right.
And then, you know what I mean? But that's a lesson I like to tell. But it was not $2. It was like $150.
Really?
Which was bread for me. I was like, $150.
What year was this?
And I know they was smiling big as hell writing that check.
Hard. Shout out to you, Marcus. What year did she pass?
Fuck Marcus. He played you. Now I'm playing.
What year did she pass?
I don't remember. I was in middle school.
It was honestly, it had to be a year or two after because they still had stuff from her. It was called I Legacy. I think that was the album that they put out from her.
Okay. Yeah.
And it did huge in like Tokyo. And someone called me from Cali one day and they were like, yeah, this is weird, but like I swear to God I hear you and I played on the radio and I'm like, oh, so I start looking at numbers. I'm like, oh, this shit is like climbing in other countries. And then I'm like, but there's nothing. I could just tell people for the rest of my life and that's it. But that's, you know, influences. That was like the hypest moment. It still is. Like, fuck the money thing. It was really, really hype. I got to do that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. What else you got, Bells? You got something else?
Well, since we're on the topic of influences, okay, so for me, right, all the people you mentioned, love, right? But I love, like, the neo soul. I like Jill Scott, India Arie, Music Soul Child. Just all of those people that, 112, Voice to Men, Drew Hill. Like,
I open for 112. I love 112. They're dope.
I hated Slim so much.
Why?
I hate his voice.
Were you jealous of him?
I hate his voice.
Let me do what I want to do.
You know what I'm saying? I hate.
Inside of you.
Am I the only one that thought he had like a really nasally, annoying,
he
annoying
absolutely
voice?
Yeah, no,
like,
he definitely.
But
why did that work for him?
It worked for them. They're not the greatest male group or any shit.
They really weren't.
It
like
worked
they
for
weren't
them.
really great vocalists at all in that group. They just were packaged really well.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like I didn't love the 112 because shit.
Yeah.
I done left mad fucking voicemails. You know what I mean? With Cupid doesn't lie.
Unless you give it a
Lisa to you.
try.
Hey, let's go. We gangster though. We gangster though. We gangster.
Just like that, leaving the voicemail too. Like this gonna
It's
work.
Mad
This gonna work.
Pan.
It's Mad Pan.
Knock it off.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my God.
You were singing Shania Twain too. Knock it off. This is what
You know, my wife loves Shania Twain.
She's amazing. You see what she looks like?
And you know what's funny? Like I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I hear records.
Yeah.
And I know the record, but I didn't know it was Shania Twain.
Back then, yeah.
So
I understand
like,
that.
no, to this day.
Oh.
Like she'll play him at the crib, and I'm like, "Who's this?" I've heard it. I know the words. I'm singing them with her, and I'm like, "Who is this?" Shania Twain. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
funny.
It's one of those situations where it's like, "How did you even get put onto this?"
Yeah.
And why do I know the fucking words?
Because it was because radio was all we had.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
was
one
just
of
gonna
those.
say that.
She
My
was
mom
radio
used
heavy.
to listen to Magic.
What's the
Magic
Shania
6.7.
In like the late night when she
I
was
used to want to
picking
be
stuff
I used to want to be that. Was a man's
No,
name
you
Alan
could've
Boucher,
been that
whatever.
guy.
Wait, what was his name?
What's the name? I
Boucher,
forget.
you
Boucher,
said?
something like that.
He has a voice like yours,
Yeah.
but a little whiter. Like
Right.
he's like a
Yeah,
little.
Right.
yeah.
There's
Like
less
less flavor or something.
Yes,
I don't
it's
know.
more
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Shania
I couldn't even
Twain.
talk like him if I tried, but yeah.
Go to. Let me put you to bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, the shit was
Yes,
smooth as fuck.
bedside
Yeah.
She was
music.
smooth
Oh,
as
it was
fuck.
great.
You know what I mean? It was like, yo, I want to do this. Like I can do this.
You didn't even want to get into the next
You know
song.
what I
Just
mean?
keep
No,
talking,
just
sir.
keep, yes.
Please.
Some very
do that.
white
Anyway,
shit.
where was I going with this shit? What was I saying? I
It
said
was music.
something.
You said you know
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain's music, but you didn't know it was her.
No, but what the fuck I said before that? I was going
Before
somewhere
that?
with this. I
That's-
felt like
that's
there
I
was
know
a
far
segue.
you were singing
There
Cupid.
was a
and,
segue to something. Oh yeah. I hated fucking Slim's voice and shit
Slim's
like that.
voice.
But anyway, what was you saying? Go ahead.
All right, deal
Neo
with you.
Soul. Neo
But
Soul.
yes, and so that's what I was saying. Like when I listen to your music, that's what I get. Like that, just that kickback neo soul. Like, and I don't know what do you describe your sound as? Because R&B is like, okay, that's a coin.
Can I
term.
go?
Yeah.
Can I go?
Who's next?
Can I say what I think?
Who's
Lisa's.
next?
I think your music is soundtrack music.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
Especially this latest project, the Lisa Bello project.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear a lot of records, and I'm like, this would be like really good in a scene for like heartbreak, right? A
Yep.
scene for heartbreak, and then there was another song that I heard that I was like,
So
this
it
like
gives you visuals.
this is like this is
Yes.
sex scene music right here, right?
Ooh.
Hold on, which
Your
one was it?
sex feels like that's
That's-
definitely
that
that's
was
Boy
the
from Around
one.
the Way.
That was the one.
Woo!
That was the one.
That one's. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Which one was that? Like which,
That's called Boy from Around
and
the
I
Way.
don't mean no I don't mean
Oh.
like
Oh.
which song it was.
Which
I mean, like,
sex was that?
which kid from Around the Way was it?
So this was
No.
like this was that was a New York story. Like
Really?
yeah. I
Bronx
mean,
tale.
imagine saying someone's sex feels like rain after a humid day.
Right.
It's kind of gross, but also like that feeling.
Yeah,
it's
But
like
it's,
sauna-y,
it's different.
but
It's like
different.
it's comforting almost in a sense. You know
can
what I mean?
can you smell it and not
Right.
just smell sex, but smell the day?
Right,
Right?
right.
Like,
it
I'm-
sticks with you.
It stays. I'm even
Yeah.
telling my friends about you. Like you can hear in this album, there's no attachment for me.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
like the first song, it's NOWS is a acronym for Not a Love Story. Like I'm making it clear. Like I don't even know why you're asking for my name. Like
Right,
let's
right.
not bullshit around. Is we about to do this? Whatever. But Boy from Around the Way, like kind of goes into this like, yo, I even told my friends, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean we're together. But like,
Right.
like you were-
Actually,
It was good enough to tell, but
it was Wake Up that reminded me of a sex
Oh.
scene.
yo, what's crazy is Wake Up's not about sex,
It didn't have to be,
but it feels like.
but you can place it
Yeah,
in that
100.
scene.
I'm so glad you said
Yes.
that.
It didn't have to be about sex. Like I heard the song and I heard the hook, the way the hook comes in, the drop, like it was perfect. I was like, yo, this is like, you can package this shit to like
Yep.
any movie that
I
has,
love that.
like,
Thank
you know what I'm saying? With like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some buff motherfucker, like, yeah, girl, get your ass.
But
over
I
here.
love that
Like,
you
know
said
what
that
I'm
because
saying?
if you like dissect the lyrics, the whole
so
thing
Yeah.
sounds like
good.
sex. But I'm talking about writing with my writing partner, who I wrote the album with. Like,
Right.
I'm literally waiting because in New York, I'm waiting for the train to come, which takes mad long to get on the A train to go uptown.
Facts.
Like, I haven't heard your sound in a minute, and it's all about that. But everybody vibes to that. When I did my little listening party, it was like a Zoom thing. They were like, "Yo, run that shit back." Dudes are like twerking on the camera. Yes, dudes, because that's my crew. But
Okay.
I'm like, that was a song where I think it ignited what you said without the visuals. So I'm glad
Yes.
you said that. That soundtrack shit is dope.
yeah. You know what I would love to hear, like an acoustic too? She got
I love your
excited.
smile right now.
Let's hear it.
I
Let's
love
hear it.
acoustic.
Let's hear it.
What?
Devil is here.
Ooh.
She was over here talking about it in her Belle's voice. I love that record.
Oh, I love that.
I do.
That's my favorite record
I
on
love
the
that you
album.
love
And
that
if I
record.
smoked, that's what I would do.
Oh,
you know, I'd
God.
light my candles and I'd have that alone time with myself, and that's what I would listen to
Damn.
and love on myself.
Thank
Not
you.
in that sense. Cut it out.
You want some tweet shit?
Cut it out.
Ooh, there goes my shirt.
Let it
Over
go.
my head.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to get the harmonies, but
Damn, what happened to Tweet?
but I appreciate she couldn't
She's
get her
a
shirt
songwriter.
over her head.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Wow.
We wasn't ready.
So that song, shout out to Jeff Andy Altogether, and that's really his name, Jeff Andy Altogether.
Oh, wow.
From Brockton.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, who is that?
Yeah.
And
Because he's on the vocals on that
yeah,
song.
yeah, I understand that, but like,
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, but I like how y'all meshed together on the record.
Listen, we did it in my basement.
Really?
One shot.
Wow.
And my boy James Zayner did the mixing, but Jeff Andy he's so ill. He's played for everyone from like, he shows up in basements in New York and Dave Chappelle comes through and is singing with him and John Mayer. Like he's one of those real chill, super soulful, super spiritual. He's got a group called Saint Abraham. I gotta shout them out, but he's all about God's work. Like I'm gonna do this because it feels right. Like I'm gonna take this opportunity. He does a prayer line every day. Like dude is so spiritual. Point being, this song is kind of not something like, I was Catholic. I will say that I believe in God, but it's not something that people that are super Christian might want to partake in making. Yeah. I'm literally saying someone is a drug. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about the devil and Eve and all this stuff. But he felt it. And that's why I think that song came out the way it did. So acoustic version of that will be on the way just because you asked for that shit.
Listen, I'm going to be front row, replaying, promoting for free. Yes. I don't even care.
Thank you. I appreciate
Period.
That.
I really love that. I loved that song. I really love that song. Not love.
Thank you.
First time, that was the one song that was like, I played it over and over and over the most.
Thank you.
It's a good
like
record.
when I heard it. Very good record.
You know DJ Real P? He hit me up and he's like, that's my favorite fucking song, but I can't play it. So give me the acapella. So we might be in the So I did.
Might throw it over
so
some
we'll
like
what happens.
some DDP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, I gotta play it, but not like that. But I love it, but I can't. Like I can play it at home with my wife, but I can't. I'm like, I got you. Acapellas for free. Go do some shit.
Now you are what I would call like a very seasoned vocalist, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Marinated, not just seasoned, okay?
Marinated.
Sometimes you season shit and then you throw it right in the pan. No.
You gotta let that bitch soak.
Okay?
You know what I'm saying?
For a few days.
You heard?
You feel me?
You heard?
Oh my God.
So the flavor's all up and through that joker. You feel me? And you know, you've sung the national anthem multiple times at Fenway, right?
Yeah.
I love your Tiny Desk YouTubes.
Oh, thank you.
Yo, matter of fact, hold up. You got like a membership at the Fenway Park or something like that?
Yo, isn't that wild? Aside from being white, I do get a lot of things in life. No, Jay Holland helps me out with that. The Celtics thing I got, that was through just them finding me. But Fenway, after I did it the first time, Jay invited me back. I think part of it is some people just don't know the words. So like I know, and I appreciate you saying like the seasoned and marinated. It's a really hard song to sing. Yeah. And I'll never doubt myself in that end. Like people forget words.
How many times have you been at Fenway?
To sing at Fenway Park, probably 6 times.
Wow. I was there twice. Like, I mean, back to back. Like, one time I went and you were there. And I'm like, the fuck? Second time I went, I was like, yo, hold on. Is this a fucking
is
joke?
It just
is it just Lisa? Is she like, all right? You know what I mean? I'm like, what's happening? You know what I mean? So it's one of those joints where it's like, and we used to go a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, how was this happening? You know what I mean?
Was I singing the anthem both times or like God Bless America? One of them? Wow, go me. Damn. I've done other states too, so like it's not just stuck, you know.
I was just like, yo, what the fuck though? Who signed it, yo?
Yeah, but I'll be real. Like, given the circumstances, I don't even want to sing that song again.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like, yo, the last time I did it in the climate that we were in, I was ready to kneel my ass on the ground. Let me tell you, the dude that was down there was like, you do that shit? And I was like, and I'm not saying I need to make this big stance, but I'm like, fuck this song. Like, it feels so good to sing it. And when people ask me why, I'm like, I'm not singing it because I'm like, I love America. Like, that's not what I'm doing.
But
I like being where I'm fucking at this field and hyping people up.
Right.
So it's a strange place that I was in at the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I do. I love that I get to live here and the freedoms I get. I don't love that my son and my friends don't. So it's like, that shit was hard. But I had like a punch card there for how many times they let me sing.
Mm-hmm.
But I cut you off. You was going somewhere. I'm sorry. I be excited and shit. You know what I mean? I be having to get my shit off. You know what I mean?
It's flowing. That's fine. You ain't got to
apologize.
No,
Bells. Nah,
don't be sorry. Just don't do it again.
The Bellez and Bello show.
You feel me?
It's the Bellez and Bello show. I'm going to just shut the fuck up. All right?
Somebody got a muzzle or something?
Bellez and Bello. No? To you, too.
Jeez. But, and you know what? No, I'm actually glad you took it there because it brings me to my next question. But before I get to my next question, you said that is a hard song to sing, right? It's a hard song to sing and it's a hard song to not oversing. Because I've...
Call him out.
dog. You be singing that shit man hard.
Like the home ain't that brave. Relax, okay? Like it ain't that many A's in brave.
And I'm picturing it right now. Like, yo, I know.
And you don't gotta do too much. Relax, chill. Take a deep breath, start over, run that back. She was doing too much. And you have like, some people don't know when to stop running. Some people don't know when to just like, don't try to make a note that's not a high note, a high note. And I think that you just have the perfect balance.
Thank you.
I mean, the performances that I've seen, I can't lie and say I've seen all 6.
Thank you.
But from what I've seen, perfect. And it's hard to have balance when you're an artist. For some people, I don't want to say that it's hard. It's hard for some people to find that balance. It's a gift.
It's a fine line. Thank you for saying that.
It's definitely a gift.
I'm sure I wasn't always this way, but I appreciate that.
And you know what? It's okay that you weren't always this way, because what matters as an artist is that you grow.
Amen.
If you are not if you plant a seed and the tree does not grow, something's wrong, right?
Amen.
Because trees be having some big ass roots. You know what I'm saying? This shit's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So something's wrong. But as you mentioned, you know, that you had I don't know if you said it was the last time that you sang that song, that it didn't really sit well with you at the end. I saw a Q&A. I don't really want to call it an interview because it was just like a small
clip.
Yeah. And it was like a Q&A, and it was a publication.
But anyway, it don't matter.
Boston Voyager. This was a couple of years ago. I think it was 2018.
Voyager, okay.
Yeah.
I know the
and among other things, you described yourself as an activist.
Yeah.
Right? And so I wanted to ask you, first of all, what does being an activist mean to you personally? Because
it's me as an activist is probably different than the actual definition, but for me, activism is making sure I give back to my community that I was raised in, and that I'm protecting people that I love in the best way possible, be it women, be it people of color, be it children, be it people with special needs. I lost my student, Stephen Odom, back in 2007. We lost as a community.
Wow.
But he was my student.
Wow, I didn't know that was your student.
And so his shout out to the Odoms, because they still love me. Like that's like
Tyrone's my man.
Oh, I love Tyrone. The whole family. I just got chills thinking about them. My son was born on the day that Stephen passed.
Wow.
5 years later. I couldn't make it to his 5-year anniversary, and I was like, we talking about signs? So like when he passed, although I think I had been a good community member, I wasn't doing what I could be doing. I started working with Cindy Diggs. If you know Miss Cindy Diggs, shout out to Peace Boston, because I didn't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm in school and my kid is not, and the year goes on. You know, first person I lost getting shot was Vladimir Cadet in Hyde Park when I was 16.
Wow.
And like for me, I was a kid, but I'm a teacher now and I gotta be here for students. So point being, my activism was activated. I started working with Peace Boston, Stephen's family. And then unfortunately I lost a few more students in the process of that, you know, community members. And so I started going a little bit harder. And that's also when I started going into not the Black Lives Matter organization, but being more present with the idea that Black Lives Matter and making sure that I was advocating. Like another form of activism is like, why am I getting the anthem all the time? Make sure that all these other people are getting it. Why am I being asked to sing the Black National Anthem, which I know and I sing so well when I'm not Black?
Right.
Like Roxbury Community College asked me to sing it, and I was like, bet, if you need a singer, but it's a little bizarre that there's other super talented, and they were like, no one knows it. Well, you didn't really ask or give them time. So like,
you ain't do enough research.
Yeah. So activism is many different forms, but these days it's making sure my son, specifically, my son is Black and Italian. He's Black and white, but to America, he's Black. Yeah. So it's to making sure that he's noticed, represented. Like, I won't say protected because the world is what it is, but like that I'm doing the best I can and not just like pumping my fist about gentrification, that I'm coming out and sitting in the middle of Roxbury and talking to people like, what are we going to do?
Right.
So you out there.
Yeah, there's always more I can do. I'm not a white savior, and I don't like that shit. And I don't like to put it all over the internet, but like, I do what I can.
Right.
You know the white savior complex. Come on. They wear Tivas, and I'm not going to get into it.
Who's a white savior? Give me one.
No, it's just...
No.
Listen.
Give me one. Give me a white savior.
Listen, you know
great
what's
white
crazy?
American
The complex.
I saw.
Who? The Afflecks?
No, I said it's their complex.
Oh, I thought you said the Afflecks.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
gosh.
damn. Really?
I'm not. Bells, where we at? 'Cause
Oh,
Sir.
shit.
Because he said he wasn't going to do it no more. Here he is, second, third offense.
I did it.
How many years you get for that?
Men.
Jeez
Oh,
Louise.
man.
But to answer that, I saw this post. I don't even know what it was from, but it was a picture of this white woman in I don't know where she was at. Okay, somewhere that would probably be referred to as a third world country, right? And
I
Detroit.
just with you. Anyways, women.
not Detroit.
Oh, shit. All right, my fault. I'm sorry. This dude Cash is funny as shit. Yeah.
And in the picture, she's I don't know, feeding him like a bottle of water or something like that. And the caption is like, oh, I'm just gonna use any random name. Yusuf was so frail when we found him, right?
When we found him.
Yusuf.
And
I work with a nigga named Yusuf.
You know what? There's a point to this, and you are
And
listening.
I hate that nigga.
Oh my god.
damn, like out of all names I could have chosen, it had to be that.
Someone that he hates.
I'm like, fuck that nigga. Yeah, what's up? We running on
Wow.
Yusuf.
They found
Yo,
you.
what's up? oh,
Oh,
shit.
God.
I'm sorry, Tiny. You
I
about
hope
to say
Yusuf
some.
don't see you.
Yeah, fuck him. Anyway.
have to square up.
All right. Yo. Oh,
No.
shit. Wow.
Um,
I'm cutting that part
but
out.
there was-
That's bad. Anyway. All right.
So
No,
there's
no.
there's this picture and the caption is when we found him, he was so malnourished and basically like near death,
saved
dying
him.
from hunger, right? What bothered me, obviously people in the comments was just like, just why? Why did you
Dragging.
even take this picture, let alone post it? What was the
Yeah.
thought process here? Where was there a thought process?
The great white American hope.
What bothered me was you found him? Like how you
Where the
find
fuck you find him at?
Like how you found
like,
America?
Right,
what?
like how you find a stray dog.
This is the first
or,
black person ever.
Like you find a quarter on the ground. Like, what do you
Damn.
mean you found him, ma'am?
Oh,
you don't
man.
live there. That's not your home country. Where is your home country?
Yeah.
So that caption of he needed me to come.
So that's the great white
That's white
savior.
savior. That's
Okay.
And it's a thing. It's like it's not a pandemic, but
Right.
it's a thing. And
Right.
like I have my people in Boston who know me in New York, but like other people might look, and not understand. I'd never even think. I think about my captions all the time because I'm like, even yesterday, I'm like, why am I posting when it's white on white crime right now? But you know what? People need to hear my voice sing, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing. But I'm not gonna do some shit like, I cannot believe that white people, because I'm white, and
Right.
like when people are like, I'm not that white, but you still white.
Right,
Like
right.
we're
Right.
still part of them. If I'm in a
But-
street and you don't know me, I'm still on their team.
Right.
For lack
That's
of a
like
better word.
that's like the same thing where it's like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, motherfucker, you still black. You a
Right.
nigga.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like where it's like, well, I'm not that type of white person
Right.
or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. Yo, own your whiteness and understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And be conscientious of what's moving.
100%.
What's going on in the world. Right?
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah,
I like
and
that. I
honestly,
respect
trying to explain away or trying to explain how not like those white people you are kind of makes people skeptical. Like, why you feel like you gotta explain that to me?
Yeah, and are you?
and right, because if you're not, I can sense that.
Yeah,
that. Right.
easily without you saying
It's a
word.
vibe.
Yeah.
Like I that energy can definitely be felt. I can tell if you're being, you're not being genuine.
Yeah,
You don't
100%.
gotta tell me you're not like that. Now you're making me uncomfortable.
Now I'm
Now
about
I'm
to go
looking at
through
you.
your Tinder profile
Now,
too and
you-
see
you-
what.
okay.
Right.
Now I'm squinting my eyes when I'm looking at you because I don't know who you are. Like, and
So
you
real.
might not know who you are. So I'm really scared now.
So do you ever feel like you people, so you being white and you doing like soulful music,
Yes.
right? I'm sure you get asked the question a lot where it's like, do you think you're black or do you try to make black music and things of that nature?
Yes, and ironically, it's by white people more than it is by black.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
And there's a fine line. Like, I'm learning more about appropriation and knowing that, like, even though I grew up in Hyde Park and had all Haitian friends, when I left Hyde Park to go to Braintree, wearing the clothes I wore and the way I talk, I understand how other black people would be like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
And why are you talking like that?
Right.
And I would never back then be like, hey guys, 02136, like never, because I at least knew enough to be like, I'm not acting, you know, my dad always told me to keep my knife in my pocket and act quiet and don't act like, you know, but in general, most black people, and I don't want to generalize, but when I went on tour, would say things to me like, I appreciate that you are always giving and paying homage to the artists that you cover and to people in your band that are black or people of color, like that stuff. But white people who've been calling me wigger,
Wow.
and I'm not like, I didn't go through trauma because of it, fucking assholes call me that, but those are the people that are like, why, like, you talk like you're black, you sing like you're black, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, look, there's soul, right? There's certain like dialects and there's certain ways that you can express yourself, right? That people assume certain people to accentuate, right?
Yes, 100%.
I had somebody listen to your album,
Yeah.
and he was like, "She's white." So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where it's like, I was like, "Yeah, her name is Lisa Bello, bro. What the fuck you thought she was?" He's like, "I thought she was Hispanic." I'm like, "Okay, fair enough, but no, bro, she's Italian as a motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? So
white as it comes.
right,
As she asked needs.
right, right. You know what I mean? So
SPF. Yeah.
do you feel like that's been a challenge within your career?
Oh, of course. Pink fucked my life up. Yo, she fucked my life up, right? She came out with this R&B album.
Yo, shout out to
Alicia
Cash in the
Moore. She came out with this R&B album, looked light-skinned to a lot of people.
Yeah, we thought she was light-skinned black for a little bit.
Christina Aguilera, I don't know, listen, you talk about overrunning. But at least, you know, she is Latina, and no, that's not black, but like, she is.
She's Latina?
Yes.
Christina Aguilera?
I just thought it was some white shit.
No.
I thought it was some European shit, right? Aguilera, whatever.
All these years.
Aguilera, what is that? What does that make her?
I mean,
Aguilera, that could have been like that could have been Portuguese. That's white.
Right. You're right,
You know what I mean?
but she's made it very well known because people do
What
like
is
to
she?
come at her.
What
I
is
think she's like recorded some of her music
What is
in
she?
Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
So has like Beyonce. What the fuck
No,
are you saying?
okay,
dude?
but
like,
no.
you know what I mean?
but
A lot of motherfuckers do
Beyonce
records in Spanish.
Ain't
You know what I mean?
so okay, yeah, Drake too. Like,
Right.
But,
So did he. What are you saying?
but no.
There's Spanish signs in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, she's talked about a lot, though. Let's just say that.
Like, come on.
Right.
She didn't talk
she's
about
made
it back
clear.
in the day because she was trying to compete with Britney and all that stuff. But, like, Pink screwed it for me because she then left because L.A. Reid made her do these R&B albums, right? And then she did what she wanted to do, which was, like, pop and rock. And all producers just want to do that still to this day. And I know my voice sounds ill on rock, but it still sounds R&B. So it's
Right.
like it's always going to be that. But that screwed it up because a lot of people early in my career thought that I was just trying to do a Pink, like just trying to get on that way. And I'm like, no, this is what I love to sing.
Right, this is me.
Yeah, so it's been a challenge. I think when I started writing, and again, I say ghostwriting because I got paid good money, good percentage, but my name was never on credits. And I started doing that for like white, black, indifferent people. And once I got a little catalog, it was a lot easier for me to be respected because it was all R&B songs.
Yeah.
And now I don't give a fuck. Now I'm like, I will sing anything. I'm going to start rapping just because I've been rapping forever and I don't find it that I'm out here trying to take anybody's job.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like I did a song with Oompa and she was singing on it.
Loved it.
And I was
That
going to
shit
rap a
was
verse and I'm
amazing.
like,
Loved it.
not yet. But she killed that.
Yeah.
That shit was
singing.
amazing.
Because at this point, I'm like, what does it matter? Like, you guys know this.
Yeah.
I streamed my song 1,000 Miles, streamed 75,000 streams in June, and I made $6.43.
Wow.
And I own 50% of that song. So my partner, he got the other $6. So my money comes from merch, touring, and my songwriting. So like at the end of the day, I'm gonna put out whatever the fuck I want. Back in the day, though, speaking of what you just said, I wouldn't have. There's songs I would have stayed away from, just for fear of what people thought. Now I don't care.
And
I don't give a shit.
that's stifling.
Yeah.
And I can't even say I can't say I relate or understand because I've never, done music like on the level that you're doing it.
A lot of people
it must suck or and hurt and be frustrated that you want to put something out because it's your art and you love it and you want it to be appreciated, but you don't know how it's going to be received.
Yeah. No, it's super frustrating. I was signed when I was younger. I've never been signed officially since I was 18. So like technically I could do whatever I wanted, but like you just said, I had managers or people that gave me money. I mean, I got goons that gave me money. Let's just be real. That's where most of the money comes in the music business, is people that want their money cleaned or whatever.
Word.
So people that were giving me their money that were of, Italian descent that maybe wanted more on the pop side.
Yeah.
That was a tough part. But you mentioned this earlier when you were talking about me being the hook slinger. Thank you. That's where I could shine. Like that's where I could get on these people's album, never have to be in their video, and just be out there like write crazy, sing crazy, and then walk out of the studio like got my money, we're good. That was where I shined. So I think where I felt stifled, rap was like that was my pick me up.
Yeah.
For like ever I've been doing those hooks.
That's fire.
So funny.
Yeah. Which one of you the first Tiny Desk YouTube that I saw.
First off,
you
speaking
rap.
of Tiny Desk, my fault. Seeing you live is a whole vibe.
Yes.
Like
Thank
when
you.
you have the band with you and you're doing your thing, that's your lane.
100%.
The whole live with I don't know. I mean, like, look, this is what I mean about Lisa Bello. It's like if you're outside, if you're going in different places and it's different circles. I don't know how many times I walked into the W and you was in there. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You was in the lobby doing your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was love, and it's always love. You know what I mean? I'm literally in there with what's the fucking the city council's name to do?
Tito,
motherfucking Tito Jackson. That's my guy. I'm in there with Derek Joyner, DJ. You know Derek Joyner? Yeah. Shout out DJ, man. I'm in there, and he's like, yeah, Lisa Bello over here. I mean, he's like, yo, look at Tito Jackson. Tito Jackson was doing the worm.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude. He's doing the worm.
Shout out to Tito
What?
Jackson.
And like the
No, real talk. I'll pull up a video after
It's
this.
crazy.
It's
Like
real.
I don't the
It's
visual
crazy.
in my
It's
head.
crazy.
He said on the floor.
So you're connected, like, right? Like, so
Yeah.
different, like those circles of people who are actually moving and
Yeah.
grooving and doing real shit in the city. Do you feel like you haven't reached your full potential yet because of you're in all these circles with these people who are very influential? Do you feel like your name could be larger than what it is right now?
For sure. I think you nailed it when you said live. Like when I was overseas for Tommy Boy,
Yeah.
I did my London tour, and I had a good following in London, Italy because of my name, in North Korea. What's the bad one?
I don't know. South?
girl.
No, North. North is the bad one.
Is it?
Yo, South Korea, my
South
bad.
Korea. Wow.
Stop
Whoa.
it. Listen, South
Whoa.
Korea, my numbers were high.
I was Kim.
My point being, when people saw me live and I left the country, that's when my numbers went up, because I think I'm really hard to translate. I mean, I think my album's wonderful, but I think a lot of people can't perform live. And I think I can, and I think I surpass a lot of people with what I bring to you and the vibe.
Right.
So I think people have
Vibe
to
is
see
crazy.
me. So when you talk about, going back to what you said, I 1000% have a higher potential. I also do not ask people for shit. So like when people are like, oh, you know him, you know these people, you know this, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't need anything from them yet. So I think I stack. Like I have all these people in different circles. You know, I got my apartment in New York. I'm quiet out there. Like I know a lot of people, but it's cool to just fit in and figure the game out.
Yeah.
When I need them after this pandemic, I'm gonna use them, and I mean that graciously. Like I do this reciprocity in
Right.
everyone.
Right. No. We get it. We get it.
But you're right. Like you come to my show, you're not just gonna see one type of people or crowd of people. It's a very cool collection, and I feel like that's how it's starting to be in every city until the pandemic hit. And I hope to just elevate that. I just need to get to the cities. That's how I make my people to follow. You know,
Right. That's
write
fine.
some more songs and get it going a little higher.
And you know what? You have to network authentically and genuinely. I'm not gonna like meet you, right? If I just met you today and I find out you
You can do anything to help you, right? I
Like,
can do anything to help you.
whatever
Right.
business
Right.
you're in, right?
Right.
And it could be beneficial to me. That's not gonna be the first thing if I'm genuinely trying to build a relationship with you, right? That's not going to be the first thing that I ask you for.
Well, for one, yeah, I mean, if you meet somebody business-wise, like if I meet you tonight, we vibing, we networking, I'm not going to give you a pitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Motherfuckers who pitch you the first night, you're going to throw their number away.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, like, this is what we doing right now?
Right.
Like, I'm drunk,
Yeah.
okay?
You just ruined
First
the
off,
whole, like
we chilling. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, let me find out if I like you, because I wholeheartedly believe that you should do business with people that you like.
100%.
I've done business with people that I don't like because the business was good enough for me to look past the fact that I hate his guts.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and that's smart.
it feels so much better when you actually have a vibe with that person. You connect with them and build on something outside of whatever the
that organic word is like, I know this is all the talk, but the whole Clubhouse scene right now, a couple reasons why I'm not popping off, but a couple reasons why I'm successful, if that's even a measure of success on there. One, I got a cool voice like y'all two do too. Let's just be real. It's nice to talk and not people see you. But two, what you just said, you meet somebody. What people are doing is they go on there, they go in a room, mass artists, and they're like, yo, I need beats. I need you to write for me. I need you to put me on your show. I need this. And I'm just in the room with my ear open like, you don't even know these people, and you're gimme.
Right.
I think what you said is it's got to be organic. That's an app where I'm like capping. But I can tell who's not, like you just said, and who I can vibe with. And then I'll DM them and be like, good to talk to you. In the next week or so, let's talk beats. Let it simmer. And then, like, I'm very good at networking with stuff like that. But you're right. It's a fine line of being like, that same night, you might be like, I'm just trying to chill. And that goes with, like, celebrities. Like, people I meet, especially people with money, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't really fully give a fuck about you because I don't know you yet. But if you like my music and we can vibe, then I obviously down the line will be like, would you like to invest? And I'll bring it back to you twofold.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I respect it a whole lot.
And you know, I don't want to stay on this subject, but to add to that is like, people don't owe you
shit.
Not a I love you finish my sentences because you knew I wasn't gonna cuss.
You fucking know it. You
probably knew I wasn't gonna cuss,
That's
but that one definitely hit harder than what I was gonna say.
That's why we here. Big bells.
Tiny.
But and you know what? He actually asked you a question that I wanted to ask, but in the way that you asked it was not what I was going to ask. So what I was going to ask was that you have won multiple awards, been nominated for best R&B artist, best of R&B. I know Tommy Boy was on top 10 on iTunes.
Yeah, Billboards, iTunes.
So,
sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. So what I was going to ask was if you felt like you reached your peak as an artist, right? And I feel like you already kind of answered that. But as an artist, as a vocalist, do you feel like you reached your peak? And if not, what does that look like for you?
Good question. For me right now, I have friends that have won Grammys. That is not an excitement for me personally. I do not look forward to a Grammy. I've never felt that the Grammys are done the right way.
Yeah.
I think it's nepotism like everything, but like it just seems like they went from never nominating black people to then going, let's just nominate whatever black people
all the black people get a nomination. Hey, I have a neighbor. He's black.
You get a Grammy. You get a Grammy.
I thought I heard him humming the other morning when he was mowing. He's nominated, right? What's his name? Daryl? Daryl Holmes.
Yusuf's brother.
Yeah. Daryl is nominated, okay? Now that's facts. Fuck the Grammys.
But
dog.
it's real.
They could eat my ass. I don't know why I said that. It just felt natural.
Respectfully. No, but you're right. That passion is shared by a lot of people. And I appreciate it because a lot of people will say, and I think in the position I'm in now, many people might not say it to me, but they might be like, yeah, you're just a hater because you can't get one. Wow. Like that's the type of, but no, it's not that. What would be my peak?
Man, I really hate motherfuckers, I know. Yo, like for real, yo.
But that's not a peak. Like there's money, okay, yes, for sure. And I'm so proud of my friends like Charles Haynes for getting that Grammy for super production on Showman. Mm-hmm. He earned it and that helps him make more money. For me, I want a big ass placement. I have songs in Keeping Up with the Kardashians, whatever. Yeah. And yes, I get a little check every time that stupid ass show plays. But I
call
want
it
a
stupid.
song in a major movie placement.
Mm.
And I know
That's
that
what
could
I'm
be a songwriting goal, but it's more as an artist.
I'm telling you, soundtrack music, that's your lane,
Yeah.
Lisa.
Thinking, license, you're
Telling
right.
you.
I'm able to picture a scenario in my head that happened or on the train and write songs about it. So you're right. I appreciate so much that you call that album that, because for me, placing it within different films all across the world, I'm talking film
Facts.
fest everywhere,
Yeah.
that's my goal.
Because every song is a vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I loved about your album? That you had your son on there.
Oh, man. Talking about zombies.
Because it was 12 records, but it's really more like 9
Yeah,
songs.
it's only
It was
9.
9 songs.
Amen.
And 3 skits. And I loved, like when I seen the title, 145 Noble Street, I was like, damn, it's supposed to be some heavy shit. But I didn't see how long the song
Yeah.
was before I
Oh,
pressed
okay,
play.
okay.
Right? I was like, damn, this sounds like some shit. Like, this is probably her address. Like, it's probably where she lived. Cassius, I know that's your son's name. So I'm
Yes.
like, yo, what the fuck is about to happen here, right? And I'm like, oh, it's a skit. But the skit just felt good. It felt like home. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
It felt like, I see why she threw this in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, mommy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
my life.
right. It's like you're creating, but you're still a mom.
Wild capture.
I fucking loved it. It
Thank
was everything.
you.
And being
That
a
was Jeff
parent,
Andy.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
being a parent. I'm in the living room of 145 Noble Street, which was my old Brooklyn apartment. I have 2 other roommates. I'm single mama with my son. I'm like doing rehearsal, and it's like, this is what it is. Hit record so I can remember our rehearsal. And he's just walking in the room every 5 minutes.
Right.
And I'm mad. You can hear it. Like, I'm a teacher. I'm mad patient. I don't even look at him, or
Right.
I'm eyeballing him while I'm singing. But if you look at the bottom of the album, it says Cassius Bello Music. My son publishes
that.
every song, every album, every
Shout out to you,
song.
Mom.
He's at his own
Shit.
publishing company. But that
Do
song,
this shit.
I wanted to make longer, and then I was like, nah, it's
Nah, that was perfect.
that.
The same
Yeah.
way, the way it was exactly the way it was meant to be. Like,
Thank
you know what I mean?
you.
Like, I loved it. Now, back to your son. I mean, just because, you know, you have and I don't want to keep getting into race because motherfuckers be calling me racist and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think black people could be racist.
I don't
or
either,
whatever.
but go ahead.
But what, raising a black son, what do you feel like the biggest challenges are for you being a white woman?
The biggest challenges, I think, is him not seeing himself in me. And that's vocalized. Like, he will, you know, my hair's straightened right now, but I have curly hair.
Right.
And I don't like having my hair curly, but I will wear it more often just so that he doesn't say things to me like, I want straight hair, I want this, I want that. So I think it's a comparison. I think it's with mixed children in general. But for my son, he's grown up around an all-Italian family,
Right.
you know? But I'm very, I forget the word, I keep forgetting, but intentional with where my son goes to after-school programs, with him seeing my band, with him being around mentors, and not forcing him to see black people, people of color. That's who I hang around with, but like allowing him to constantly see black people, because I think, and I won't speak for all white women that have black children, but single mothers that are white, I feel like I see a lot of them not doing that, and their
Right.
children, and I have
suffering.
friends, they suffer and they grow up having identity problems. My son will probably still have identity issues, but I want to make sure that he is constantly surrounded by people of color and black folk, because he has to. Like, I grew up with curly hair. My mother had it. So like, I always seen her, but my other friends didn't, but I saw her. So it was like, I'm constantly seeing it. For me, I have green eyes, and he wonders why he doesn't have green. You know, there's a constant check. But then, like, I'll always shout out Uncle Jeff Andy, because when I was in New York before the pandemic, he lived there, and that was his babysitter. Like, I intentionally had a male black man babysitter who was my homie. But like, I just think the hardest part is making sure that he gets to know who he is.
Right.
He's always gonna know white people. They're everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
his school, things like that. So it's not like people that will come to me, because I still get it, that will comment underneath something and write, "Don't forget he's white. Don't forget you're white." It's like, nobody fucking forgot it. He sees me every day.
Wow.
But he also was called the N-word in Braintree by a group of 10 white men and understands what it means. So I'm not going to pretend it's not happening,
Right.
you know?
And how old is he?
He's 7 now.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's certain things that he's not going to grasp right now.
No.
Right. A lot of things that he's not going to grasp right now.
Yeah.
Do you fear for your son?
100%. Yeah. My little niece is blonde hair, blue eyes, right? And my sister's a big time. She's an activist. And so, like, she be walking around, a little blonde hair, blue eyes, like, fuck the police. And like, you know, she's all this. And like, my mother will, you know, my mother worries and she looks, and I said, but she's going to be okay. But if Cassius starts repeating that.
His name is Cassius.
His name is Cassius.
You got a strong black name.
Strong fighter name, and his nickname is Cash. But yeah. I intentionally named him. I knew it was a boy. His father was like, it's going to be a girl. We're going to name her Brooklyn. I was like, cool. Try that with your next kid. It's going to be a boy. And my father's favorite fighter is Muhammad Ali. And I'm not about to do that to my son and call him Muhammad because he would be yelling at me and not understand.
Right.
So he's going to be
I'd be mad at you.
Cassius.
Yeah,
I know.
that'd be crazy.
Listen, it was going to be Yusuf. But
Mama call him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
Yeah.
It was going to be Yusuf. Not Yusuf. Lisa, no.
I had to take it back one time.
Oh, God. I'm done. What you got? You got anything you want to end off with, Tiny?
Man, that was heavy, man.
Look.
That was heavy.
Look, Lisa, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know what's crazy? I was about to drill you on this whole black shit. I really was. But then just hearing you speak, I was like, I can't even do it to it.
Wow. I would have been ready, but I appreciate it.
I know you would have. Because you've been here before.
Yeah.
But you're just so genuine with it. And like, you know, where you come from with it and how you create and what you create, it's timeless. It's heartfelt. So I couldn't even go there.
Well, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I was already.
Yeah, and because the energy does not warrant that, right?
Nah. But you know what I mean? But this is why motherfuckers be saying I'm racist. You know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, you see a white person and you just automatically want to go there. But that's not where my mind's at. My mind is like, the world is where it's at right now. Fuck the world, the country.
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck happened in Washington yesterday was crazy. And not only, and we could say, oh, if it was black people, this, that, and the third. But fuck that. Put that aside.
Yeah.
This is shit that you see in fucking countries like Syria.
Yeah.
And fucking Russia.
Overtaking their government.
Fucking, what the fuck are we doing?
Not here.
This ain't us. This ain't what the fuck we supposed to be doing. It don't matter if you black, white, yellow, whatever, purple. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you was. That wasn't supposed to happen in Washington, D.C. But you know why it happened?
Yep. Hello.
Right. And look, I don't really like getting political on this shit because this ain't my lane. But shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what's crazy? I had a conversation with a few people about this today, and we were very, very intentional as far as leading the conversation with love, right? Because it's a hard conversation to have with people who don't understand that the black people have a problem with this, because y'all can go, and I don't mean to say y'all, but y'all know who y'all are.
Yes, we do.
The whites.
Y'all can go in there
Saxons.
and do that, and there is virtually no consequence, right? But there are black and brown people everywhere who are punished.
We would have got killed.
Right.
What do you mean punished,
Punished
nigga?
and
It would have been
killed.
like, the fuck are you talking about?
Punished and killed
For existing.
for existing.
I'm sliding over cars while I shoot. Them cars, them cops would have been. Them cops would have been inland with this shit. They were like, yo, watch this. I'm gonna uppercut this nigga with this shit. Bow. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
it
that
would have been
visual
crazy.
you just did.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, and that's what I mean. It's like, for I don't know, like y'all wonder why we be mad. Like,
I think that I'm Tom Cruise. No, I'm playing.
Oh my God. No, but that's real. And no, it's not us, but it is what is happening, and it's what they're allowing. And my whole thing, my bottom line yesterday was like, I lose followers every time I bring up white privilege, which I think is funny, and I'm about to make a fucking song about it, because anytime white people are faced with having to think about that, they freak the fuck out. But yesterday it was like my real short, Insta story. I lost 45 followers. Suck a dick. But I basically said,
Or several
if all the examples I told you all these years, multiple in the Rolodex, if all these examples did not show you nothing, and I just put up the picture of like this dude sitting at the fucking chair, I'm like, if this does not let you understand white privilege, you're never gonna get it. And fuck off. Like, that's like you said,
That
and
was
I
the
didn't
prime
hear
example.
many arguments, but I did hear a lot of like the white saviors, saying like, yeah, that is enough. Like, yes, this was not.
Lisa, we
like,
get it.
We understand.
Are you
We
coming over later,
understand.
Lisa?
Are you still coming to the Christmas party?
Are you still coming to the
Are you
Christmas
still gonna bring lasagna?
With the Valentine's parties, Cash is coming.
Why is my white voice like that? Can I bring lasagna? I don't even know.
Why is that your white voice? Why do you have a white voice,
Why
Lisa?
do I have a white voice?
Maybe that's the Karen,
What?
okay?
That's the problem.
That's the Hyde Park in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Don't talk like that in Hyde Park. So yeah, fuck all of those people.
Are you bringing the casserole? What the fuck is casserole?
Potato salad with
What is casserole?
raisins.
What-
Casserole? You don't know what a casserole is? That's not just white shit. Maybe it is, but it's really good. So I'm gonna send you a
Did
recipe.
your mom ever make casserole?
Yeah, but I feel like your casserole gonna be different. It's
No.
not gonna be-
Like, explain
Yeah,
what
no,
casserole
I
is.
don't know either. It's in a pan.
Hey, see, if he knows it, he fucking.
Oh,
he's
shepherd's
ate
pie
it.
is considered
It's kind
a
of
casserole?
similar. No.
So is casserole made in a Pyrex? That's my
It's a
question.
casserole.
Oh, okay.
Because if it's made in a Pyrex, my mom used to make this fire shit with eggplant and like ground
Casserole.
beef. Shit was fire.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Is that casserole? Is that eggplant casserole?
A
I guess?
casserole. Hold up. A casserole is a variety of a large deep pan or bowl, typically with a glass lid used for oven cooking a
Oh,
variety
slit.
of dishes.
Pyrex.
Casserole is just a
Pyrex.
chopped vegetables.
I
and
knew a lot of
starchy-
drug dealers
Yeah, I
was
get-
making
it's just made in a
cocaine
pan.
casserole.
Oh my God.
Cocaine
So
casserole.
that's the casserole you know about?
No, fuck with
Yo,
that.
these are
Wow.
like really catchy names. We need to
Yo,
copyright
we
this
got
stuff
all of
for
this shit.
spin-offs.
We got all of this shit.
Pasta
Can
and
you imagine
profanity.
a spin-off cocaine casserole?
Cocaine casserole. That might be, Cash's podcast. I mean,
Yo, you gotta
Speaking
cut
of
this
cook-
up. They won't try to steal it.
And we got a cooking session with pasta and profanity.
pasta and profanity.
Bellez and Bello.
Bellez and Bello. This shit's
Listen.
crazy. We on a roll tonight. We on a roll
Listen.
tonight. I'm trademarking everything tomorrow morning.
Mad money. Do it.
Seriously. 'Cause it's not yours. You didn't come up with it.
But yeah, you got anything else?
I
Before
do.
How much you got? God damn. She got a whole Rolodex of notes. Shit. What's up? What you got?
So there's a song on the album, right?
Okay.
What's it called?
And it's called Kill Bill.
Oh.
Oh, Kill Bill.
Oh, we're going to talk about this.
Kill
Okay.
Bill. Yeah. Go there.
You explain to me what transpired.
Kill Bill. I mean, I've had my personal experiences, with somebody in my 20s that I think I chose over my friends at times. But moreover, I'm a good listener. I'm an Aries. I'm out of my mind. But I listen well. And I just am encountering women in general that just keep going back to the same man that keeps fucking up. And my whole thing is like, why am I giving advice constantly and you're going to still go back to that person? When we were in like our teens cool, we were in our 20s cool, we hit 30. It's like, you know that this person is no good. And I literally say, he lied and he cheated. And then he repeated and you keep hanging on. You nipped and you tucked and you starved while he fucked. And you keep hanging on. Like, you've done all these things to yourself. He's still going to do what he does. So I think Kill Bill, the title is obviously, Bill's not a real man, but it's like, kill that. But also it's encouraging people to break up with your friends. Like, we don't have to be friends with the same people we've been friends with forever. There's no like Bible saying I have to be friends with you because I've been friends with you
I think
for
you
15
should mind
years.
your business.
I think you
Man.
should
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
call Yusuf because I'm about to knock you the fuck out. It is my business when they make it my business, okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Need some woman shit. All right, go ahead.
All right, so no, because you know why? This is a multi-dimensional like topic. There's no, it's not really black and white or cut and dry.
You're right.
So some of the lyrics are a little
Talk
they're a
about
little
it.
harsh. You
Okay.
know,
What'd I say?
you said what you had said was
Quote me. I want to hear it.
What she say, Tony?
I don't
Tell her what she said.
You write it
always
down?
expecting I'll be there to clean you up.
Wow.
But the more
Be-
go ahead, you say it, sis.
But the
'cause-
more that you be dead to me, the less I give a fuck. For real.
Yes.
Like, the more you keep ghosting
Right.
me, I just don't
Okay.
care.
So Was this a flip narrative? Was this you that was doing this to your friends, where you was taking somebody back, and then your friend was talking to you about it, and you was like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." You know what I'm saying? Was you want some shit like that?
I wish it was that.
Right?
I wish it was that.
Okay.
I mean, it's partly me talking to myself, but that part is like, especially when we all got friends that like really go ghost on like the honeymoon stage, and that's fine. I allow that 100%. I also do not like people in my fucking space, and I don't like to be around you all the time. However, if it's a constant, the more that you be dead to me, the less I give a fuck. Yeah. Like if I'm cleaning up your shit, or if I'm logging into a fake Instagram account to check on your fucking man, or this like that type of stuff.
You calling him private?
That's different.
Just to see if he pick up.
That's different.
It is different, but it's common.
That's different.
And I'm way too grown at this point where I'm like, I'm wiping my son's ass. Like I'm just not there. Like I'm currently single because I don't want to be there ever again in my life. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, my beef with the record was just more like, I've been there with male friends, like where they would bring me in on their bullshit with their significant other.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? I end up resenting the woman. You know what I'm saying? I end up resenting the woman where it's like, now I gotta be fake when she come around and act like everything's straight. That. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't turn your back on your friends. That's why I felt disappointed, like in the lyrics, where it's like. But
are they your friends? Yes, if all they do is talk to you about that, and then they dead you and only need you.
Well, if they dead you, that's different.
That's what I said. The more that you be deading me, the less I give a fuck.
Right, but it's like it's like, yo, bro, like I don't want to hear about your bullshit. Don't involve me and expect me to stay quiet.
And as men, you can do that.
I was just gonna say it's different.
It's like don't bring me in on your bullshit and then be like, yo, well, shut the fuck up, okay? Yeah. Look, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Keep that shit to yourself, nigga. We could talk about some other shit. There's Power that's on TV.
True.
There's like mad basketball and football. There's Power Book.
I actually like Homeboy now.
There's 2K. Yes. Like there's mad shit.
Kane is a bitch.
Mean? We could talk about mad other shit.
Yes.
There's Stalks, nigga. Like there's
so many.
There's mad shit. We could talk about cars.
Right.
Mad shit. You know what I mean?
Lunchables
so
on
it's
sale.
Like, bro, like I don't want to talk about your bullshit that you're going on at home. Because this is what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna forgive each other.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna keep loving each other. And I'm gonna look like Boo Boo the Fool that voiced my fucking opinion, and it's like
now you can't come to the Christmas party,
or she sees her phone. It looks at the text when you. Like, But as a man, y'all can do that, and unfortunately, and it doesn't make us whatever. But as women, like it's not like that.
It's different.
It's not like that. If I'm like, don't fucking talk about that might be the only thing they have to talk about, and then they go away.
Look, I don't even want fuck it. Whatever. Go ahead.
I think okay. So Charlie's angle is so you're just gonna like unfriend her because of that. You're just gonna.
So she unfriended you. My fault. I'm cutting you off.
Was that a question?
It was a question.
Yes.
The person on the record.
Yes.
This is a true story.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You the more that they be unfriending me, but the point of the story is, but then tried to come back, and immediately the first thing when they came back was to talk about
the bullshit,
the issues of the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, like suck a dick.
Literally, a couple of
Word.
them. Maybe if you do that, everything
roll
will be better.
dicks.
Yeah.
You heard?
Hold some dicks. Yeah. Multiple dicks.
Oh, no, and it's different for women because the song might sound like, she just keeps going back to this, ain't worth it.
Ain't worth shit. You ain't gotta hold back. When these Heath Street niggas was up here, she was like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what happened? Bellez? Bellez.
That was
big Bellez from a big block.
Wow.
What's good? What was all that shit you was talking?
That was one cuss the entire episode, okay?
Fuck.
No, but okay. I'll speak candidly. Like, it's what it sounds like, right? If you're not a woman, what it sounds like is like, oh, she just keep going back to the same shit, nigga. I don't want to be a friend. Like, I just don't. You know what I mean? And people can translate that as you being like single and miserable, and you just want your friends to be single too, or you're mad. And no. And there are people that are like that, but I don't desire to have the ain't shit nigga that you have. That is not what I aspire to have.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So no, I'm not mad, baby. You should be mad.
At yourself.
Okay?
Yeah.
At yourself and at him.
Say
and
that.
I feel like most women have had that experience. If it hasn't been them, it has been a friend who comes to you and tells you all of these things.
Fuck
and
shit.
Naturally, if you love your friend, which 9 times out of 10 women love their friends like sisters,
Yep.
you mad at him. You can't
Yeah.
sit at dinner and double date with him and not look at him and be like, I wish somebody spat
I think
in your
you women
meal.
need to learn self-control.
I want to light his car on fire. Like I'm.
Learn
Okay,
self-control.
hold on, pause. Wait. Would there be self-control if it was Berta?
My sister?
Yeah, right? Hold on,
If
pause.
my sister got cheated on and she took the nigga back,
Pause.
if my
Okay.
sister got cheated on and she took the nigga back,
Yeah, it's not your business.
I gotta live with it.
Okay.
Multiple
I gotta
times?
live with it. I gotta live with it.
Okay.
Shit.
So, okay.
I gotta live. What the fuck am I
It's
supposed to do? I'm
cheating
supposed to
one
kill the
time.
nigga?
No,
But
but
the
no,
fuck am I
no,
supposed to
but-
do? So
but
alright,
she's coming
and then
to
what?
you- But she's coming to you.
I'm gonna tell her to
crying.
shut the fuck up.
No.
No,
What kind of
facts.
brother-
Big facts.
Who's this guy?
You know what kind of brother I am? I'm a realist. This is reality. This is what you chose to accept. And if you're going to choose to accept that, then shut the fuck up.
But also, that's your sister. If this was a
Right.
female friend that kept doing this to you, and that's all they do, you really gonna be like, shut the fuck up? But they just
Yes.
keep coming back to you, gonna be their
My
friend
female
still?
friend, I'm going to be like, yo, look, I don't give a fuck about your problems.
Oh my God.
Look,
See,
this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. All right, right? It's like, all right, you want to fucking talk about the nigga like, all right, cool. All right, now, I'm supposed to have beef with the guy now? I'm supposed to go to a cookout and smack the nigga with a fucking hot dog bun or some shit. Like, what the fuck am I supposed
Now
to
with
do?
the glizzy.
Literally.
With the glizzy bun.
With a glizzy bun. I
Fuck
cannot.
am I supposed to do? Fuck am I supposed to do, Lisa? Come on. It's not my beef.
But
That's
that-
your beef.
that's
Because you know
fine.
why? Because you keep laying in that bed. You sleeping
But-
with
but
the enemy
listen,
and you
right?
want to talk to me about it. Fuck
Okay,
out of here. I
hold
don't
on.
want to hear that shit.
Hold on, but I'm still laying in the bed with you because you
Right.
keep involving me. And if you do not, why do I stick around to be your friend is my point. If that's only substance we got hanging on because you're so engulfed in this shit and find out this motherfucker still cheating on you every day, we have nothing left. We got nothing left.
It's draining.
It's draining.
I feel you, but like it's like dog. Like I mean, a friend is a friend, and a friend will be a friend like forever.
Listen, hold
Like
on.
for me, it's like I can't be for you. I can't be there for you the way you want me to be there for you.
Right.
But I'll be here for you the way that I can be here for you.
And as men, you
Right.
guys do a good job at that.
Right.
But
And if you can't accept the way that I'm here for you, then nigga, there goes the door.
bye.
It's different.
But you
man.
gon' fucking
Pause. Okay.
you gonna hang yourself.
No.
It ain't me, nigga.
I respect it. I respect it. You're a man, right?
All of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all of that.
You're a
Niggas
man,
is hanging.
but women, right? Women are naturally nurturing
And
and
conniving and deceitful.
Wow, say it with your
Wow,
chest.
wow.
Like you are lucky there's a desk.
who hurt you?
Cut the tape.
Lisa, you couldn't climb
hurt
over this
you?
shit if
Cut
you
the
wanted
tape.
to.
I will
Relax.
take my crutch and reach your whole fucking face.
Yo, and speaking of crutches, sometimes that's what people use you as.
Say that.
Okay.
Look at that
Wow,
segue.
bars.
Look at that segue.
Bars.
That was beautiful. Reel it on home. That was
That was good. That was good. That
wow.
was good.
Some Tiny Tim shit.
She was on some thesaurus shit today, yo.
Not okay. Well, you know, I mean, sheesh. Anybody could take that song how they take it, but I've been there, honestly, on both ends of the steak. The steak.
Cookout glizzy.
You little nasty. I know your mother.
Wow.
You cut this shit.
Wow.
But we was cause you know the roller dicks, you know.
It all fits together, and Yusuf got it in his apartment, so this entire
Yo,
thing
this
has
nigga
just
Yusuf. Stop
got
saying
back
his name.
together.
My cheeks hurt. Oh, but
But Lisa,
Yes.
this is the end of the show.
Okay. What happens?
You got some bars? Some singing bars? Do we call it bars when it's vocals? Is it bars? Is it still bars? It's still bars.
You got an 8 count of.
Right, an 8 count.
You got a 2-step. Yeah.
You got some bars for me,
notes.
yo?
I mean, were you gonna play something? I'm just
I'm gonna play some
acapella.
shit.
Like, oh god.
Yo, you
right.
know what's crazy? Like, you're the first guest that I've had here that has not drank.
oh wow, yeah.
Big facts.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I do. I can't because of my voice, but edibles, yes. That's
I'm
like my
Edibles.
painkiller.
I'm trying to think. Even like the
No, I
most
am right now.
straight-laced motherfuckers, I done had them come up here and get drunk as fuck.
But you know what though? It makes sense.
Why don't you drink?
She just said
Family of alcoholics, and I promised my dad at 14 if he took me to get a tattoo, I'd never drink. He
Oh,
took
okay.
me.
That's facts.
So now I can't stop getting fucking tattoos, but I've never drank.
That's facts. You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, at all.
So-
Like
So you don't. It's not like you like desire it. Like it's like.
Listen, I seen this bitch drunk enough to know what it looks like. She told me what it feels like, and
Look,
I've let her get hit in the head a couple times just to remind her what she shouldn't be doing. But yeah, I have no desire.
Wow.
That's dope.
That's
My best friend.
amazing.
Hey, best friend.
Before we get into this freestyle, one word to describe this conversation we had tonight.
You know, I was about to say you said.
Fucking hate yo.
It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I fucking hate yo.
He said Detroit was a third world country. I can't, yo. Eminem's so mad.
Yo, the last one he said you could buy a house in Detroit for $17. He said
What?
He said you could buy a whole block with your stimulus check.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I
my
love Detroit.
God.
I love Detroit.
Oh
Stop.
my God. Oh shit.
Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
Wow.
that hurt my chest.
Shit's crazy.
Wow.
I have workout tonight.
Wow.
Cheeks hurting and shit, right?
Everything just hurts.
Shit's
like,
crazy. Shit's crazy. One word.
Of tonight's conversation?
Yeah.
Hilarious. That's, I mean,
I like that. I like that.
this has been like, I don't see people, so
I
this
like
is
that.
just
I like
really
that.
fun
This is great.
and
I'm
funny.
glad.
Yes, this, it was well-rounded.
Here comes Tiny with her holistic shit. It was well wound.
Wow, is this what it's like?
I mean, like
Being around men all the time, they just talk shit to you?
All the
Wow.
time.
She was
Go
like,
ahead,
it was,
Belle.
it was,
But
it
guess
was-
what, right?
It was heartfelt.
I grew up with 3 brothers.
Oh, so you've been there.
I
You
was-
know it.
So as
when you
as,
walked into the room, you moved mountains.
I'm about to telekinesis this couple across the
tell
room.
you, your voice is stupendous. These are the words. These are the
Stupendous.
kinds
I
of
heard
words
that shit in Barney, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Oh, you watch Barney still?
I have a 4-year-old.
okay.
Don't play me.
Period.
Just
Don't
checking.
play me, Lisa.
I mean, just don't watch Caillou
Don't
and we're
play me,
good.
Lisa.
Oh,
Leave a
what's
nigga
up with-
ball
what
like
is up with
Caillou.
Caillou?
What?
Didn't they like,
Caillou's a
they didn't
bitch ass nigga. Like for real. Like I hate Caillou so much. I hate him. I hate him.
Assault on toddlers is like really.
Like,
That's
yo,
what
I hate him. He is the no. Like my aunt, who like watches my niece and my daughter a lot of the times. She's like, I will never let them watch Caillou
Caillou's
because
the
all he does is
disrespectful kid.
whine.
Complaining.
Yeah.
and
All
whining
he
the
does
whole
is
time.
whine. She was like, this will teach these kids to whine. She's like, fuck out of here. Get this fucking
But didn't they like
bald headed
cancel it or
little
something like
motherfucker
that?
out of here, yo.
I heard they canceled.
I haven't
Caillou.
seen it like in rotation. Usually I see memes and shit. I
Fuck
don't know.
Caillou and anybody who loves him. Anyway,
On God.
let's get into these bars.
He's something else. No, let me tell you how I deal with him, right?
How you deal with me?
Punch him in the face.
Because I got,
Oh,
no. I
Sorry.
have 3 brothers.
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay.
I'm
So
the
I grew
fourth,
up with
nigga.
this. Okay, this is
I'm adopted.
this is level 1. Okay,
Okay.
Level 1.
You've been
This
through
is-
the other tiers, so you're. Yeah,
I've been through it all. No, you're a combination of levels. I'm sorry, he's a combination of levels. But this is not.
This ain't shit. I ain't
That's
shit.
love.
No, I ain't
shit.
say that about you.
I
I would
ain't
never
shit.
say that about you.
I ain't shit.
So as
That's what you said. This nigga ain't shit.
That was beautiful.
This nigga right here. This nigga think he big man of pain.
hire
Fuck
me
this
to
nigga.
send out your corporate emails. I cuss them out, but I don't really cuss them out.
Per my last
y'all
email.
don't want to hear my corporate emails. My shit's my corporate emails is elite.
Wow.
Elite.
I need some of those.
And you know I end them with stay black.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
That's
how I end
nice.
them. Stay black.
I like that.
There be white people in
I
the
can't write that,
emails.
but proud of you.
You know what I mean? Stay black. Stay black. I'm surprised my managers haven't said anything to me yet. But
What can they say? What can they say? What can
People
you
like-
say to that?
Nothing.
Well, my managers are black, so it's like, what the fuck you gonna tell me? Like, you know
You
what I'm
too?
saying?
Like,
I mean,
that's
well,
how
one of them's half. That doesn't matter, but either way,
Christina Aguilera. Go ahead.
Christina
Yes.
Aguilera.
Okay.
Lisa, let's get into these bars.
All right, what you playing?
I don't know yet, but we just had Lisa Bello up in the building. Jesus Christ, She's just nice. Shit just slice.
Okay.
Like a Ginsu. That's Nas, by the way.
Yes.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
darn it. I thought you was freestyling.
That was not
I was
me.
about
That
to
was
be
not
like,
me. That was
I
not
was
me. That
stuck
was not
on
me.
her
That was
like
Nas.
rice,
That was
and then
not-
you.
I'm not going to take that from my man, Nasty Nas,
I can't
Esco.
believe you.
I'm not going to take that from Esco, but Lisa.
Disappointing.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming up here, Lisa, for real.
Thank you for having me. This was like the most fun interview I've had.
Don't say that. Don't you fucking.
I
like,
will.
yeah,
I'll
man.
tell everybody that's ever interviewed me, which is mad people, that this was the most fun. Because I could be the most me.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
too structured that I couldn't.
Word.
So thank you.
Word. Nah, we for the fuck shit.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we try to get our guests drunk, but it didn't really work. With you.
No.
And that's
Fucked
okay,
up.
because we didn't need you to be drunk.
I'm disappointed.
No.
I needed
I
me to
love
be drunk.
sober you.
And mission
That's it.
accomplished. Yeah, man. Shit.
And here we are.
Here we are. You know. So Lisa, anything you want to close out with?
I just want to tell people to listen to my album and I'll do whatever the fuck you want. What are you waiting
Okay.
for?
Word. Word.
Hey.
Lisa Bello, self-titled project. Whoa.
Wow.
I'm fucking drunk.
Run it back.
The Lisa
Wait. Let me rewind it for you. All right.
Lisa Bello, the self-titled project out right now. I love the album cover, by the way. I think we didn't
Thank
really
you.
mention that. You
Yes.
had the Tommy Boy character
Yeah.
on the couch, so it was like you basically just like counseling yourself. Is
Yes.
that, really what it
That was
is?
like the
It's
old me. I was like,
yeah,
let me
that's the
get
old
you right. To now,
You
where you at?
getting it done. So you don't feel like you're a tomboy no more. Like,
Oh,
'cause-
no, I'm still a tomboy.
But what? So Tommy Boy.
The
like-
mask is off, though. Like, now
Okay.
I really don't give a fuck.
so you like Ghostface when he took the mask off?
Yes,
Okay. Now you Tony Stark.
probably. He's dead, though. But go ahead. I'm just saying.
That's Tony Stark's.
Oh, with
Not
the
Tony
with the S.
Stark.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Come
that was
on,
very
son.
white of
Come
me.
on,
Thank
son.
you. Okay.
Come on, son.
It's
Come on,
okay.
come
The
on.
rhinestones
Don't
of
do
my
that.
Flintstone looks
Don't do
crazy
that.
in
You
my
live
sweater.
in New York.
Okay, thank
Come
you.
on.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
you're right.
Don't do that.
That's what it is. I live in Detroit, by the way. But go ahead. It's mad cheap.
That's where she resides. And it's not
Right
where the
now.
money resides.
So look, we got a lot of
nuts.
love in the building. You know, we got Cash Money in the building. We got Jackie in the building. We got Sean Dawn on the photos.
Sir.
Brian Angel, the Angle Savior.
Whoa. Bars.
You heard? You heard? Brian Angel, the Angle Savior. I love that
Wow.
shit. Shout out to Dawn. He came up with that shit. Melanin popping, Big Bells from the block.
Oh.
We still don't know which block, but it's Big
Wow.
Bells,
It's
Tiny
a big
Bells.
one. That's all you
heard?
need.
That's
to
all that
know.
matters.
Yeah.
And
Inside, that's
the guest
it, right?
of honor, the honorable, the queen,
Yes.
Lisa Bello.
Her Majesty.
Woo!
Yes.
You heard?
Give it. What's your social media handle?
You heard?
You might as well just throw that out there too.
Lisa Bello Music,
Yeah,
your girlfriend's best friend,
yeah,
LisaBelloMusic.com,
yeah.
all of that.
Yo, Lisa, you
Well,
like
that-
women?
To look at.
Because like you always say like these like little.
Yeah, I'll pull up to anybody's
Innuendos.
girl. It's just a reminder because dudes try to take their thing out and tell me it's bigger than mine.
Ooh.
And my thing is more like it's not, and I don't really go that way, but I will if I need to remind you of certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Touche, my guy.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna. I
She
mean,
does what's
it
necessary.
is what it is, man.
Yes.
But Lisa, you are welcome up here anytime you want.
I'm
You know
coming
what
back.
time it is, CWTFB Radio. You are a whole vibe. You are a whole legend, living legend in the flesh. When you cover your whole body in tats, let us know.
I will next week.
Man, let us know. But you know what time it is, man. The CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen, right here with Big Bells from the block. We had Lisa Bello in the building. This is special. And I got really drunk. I got drunker than I intended to get tonight. No bullshit. Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, shit's different right now. Shit's different.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
But,
how drunk are
on
you?
a scale from 1 to 10, I'm like a cool 9.5. Yeah, it's just crazy right now.
You're in great condition for a 9.5.
Yeah, I'm you know what I mean? I
Don't
carry it
stand
well.
up.
I carry it well. Like my weight. People be thinking I'm in the gym, but I'm just really fat. I just carry the weight well.
Wow.
But,
What?
But yeah, it's like the same shit with the drunk shit.
9.5 is
But,
good. Go by the Rolodex.
CWTFB Radio, you already know what time it is. Charlie MaSheen. I love y'all. Listen. My man, yo, look. Look, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to wrap it up. This is how we're going to wrap it up. Shout out
Oh my
to the
gosh,
official
so many
barber of
puns.
CWTFB Radio. Express Cuts. You already know what time it is. Express Cuts 10.18 on Instagram. Holla at them. They'll pull up to you. They get you right. Get you looking good. I didn't get to see them this week. That's why I got the hat on. But Express Cuts 10.18. Let's get it. We love y'all. We out.